Welcome back to ESA Summer Online. We are raising money for Alzheimer Fonden. Links to donate can be found below the stream or by typing !donate into the chat. We would also like to thank Kaspersky, Twitch, and ViewSonic for sponsoring this event. Now it's time for EeroKurkisuo and Munch Mobile. Take it away.
Thank you, Maud. So this is Munch Mobile, and there's going to be a lot of time to talk, so let's get the run started right away in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So this is Munch Mobile. As you can see, it's a top-down driving game, but the car seems to have eyes, and he's also got a hand. And he seems like he's pretty hungry. We need to collect fuel off the side of the road in order to avoid running out of fuel, which kills you. And the other items are for score, since we want to get a high score, of course, in this game. This first stage is a bit of a tutorial stage, but it's still nice if you can get all these items. With each item you see the counter on the bottom center, currently at 17, now going to be 18 after I eat this cherry. This goes up, and this is the main source of points. We can also get extra points for discarding the corpses of these foods that we eat, the remains, into garbage bins instead of littering them on the road. Nice 600 points, tasty for dumping that fish. Get some fuel. Got the fish. Then if I can dump both these items in the bin, that would be nice, very good. And small graphical glitch there. Normally the pop-up when you get points for dropping an item in a bin is supposed to be black and white, but if you drop it in a specific way, you can get a small palette mix-up where it is the wrong color. Dodge the police cars, very good. Now we need to avoid these rocks. If even one pixel of these guys touches you, you die. Then we need to reach home in the garage. Very good. And that's stage 1. This was pretty slow, but this is only the tutorial. The real speed starts from round 2. The whole game actually speeds up, including the arm and the car. It's not just the car being slower. Let's see if we can get all the items here at the beginning. All the easy items. Not that apple. That apple is a bit risky. Got the feel. Going pretty well. Drop the cherry. Get the money. Let's not hit the side of the road. You also die if you hit the green grass. How lenient the hitboxes of the green grass are depends on the specific tile you're on. Sometimes it's like pixel perfect. Sometimes there's a couple of pixels of leeway, but you know, you do not want to be on the side of the road in this game. It will kill you very quickly. Need to get this fuel. And there's also a small scoring mechanic which you see in the lower left corner with the cherry counter, which is currently at 4. When this reaches 5, you get a small score bonus. Get the fuel, very good. Now we got a new obstacle coming up, the first instance of an intersection where we need to change the light. Oh, that car didn't want to stop. That was pretty scary. We want to go in front of this light and stay there, so the light changes to blue, and the cars will stop and let us cross. This is a nice lawful game. If you don't obey traffic laws, the light actually doesn't change. You have to be on the right side of the road and stop in front of the traffic light in order for it to change. Okay, let's not hit those rocks. Let's not hit that car either. This is getting a bit rough. Okay, let's not choke. That was close. Round 2 done. And if we don't die during the stage, this end bonus is doubled. As you see at the bottom, it reached 112 from 56, which doubles the end bonus score, which is the biggest source of it. Very good. Another stage beginning. This one is also gonna involve some tight grabs if we can get them all. I think I'm gonna miss one. Was a bit behind there. I can't get the cherry either. Need to be careful. Got all of the cherry of these. This is pretty tight. Get the money. Get the apple, drop the apple. Okay, got them all, very good. Need to get the fuel. If we don't get that, we die. Then while we're doing some fishing here, if we got any messages from our sponsors, that would be a good time.
Wonderful. Let me remind you that we are collecting money for Alzheimer Fonden. Alzheimer Fonden is the Swedish national fundraising organization focusing on Alzheimer's disease and other dementia-related diseases. Alzheimer's is a progressive disease where dementia symptoms can gradually worsen over several years. In its early stages, memory loss is mild, but with late-stage Alzheimer's, individuals lose the ability to carry on a conversation and respond to their environment. Your money helps further research into the field to hopefully one day find a cure for this disease. So thank you very much for all of your generous donations.
Thank you. And we didn't grab this field here. You noticed as well, if you were looking at the sprites of the fish while we were dropping them in this fishing section, we got the graphical glitch again with slight palette mix-ups and dropping them slightly outside the bin as well, which is a nice thing you can do. Let's dodge these cars. These police cars will always spawn on the same side of the road that you're on. Then we've also got a new obstacle, these steep turns, where you have to do a diagonal movement, which as you see on the camera, you can't just hold down left, that would be too easy. If you just did that, your car would stop completely from holding down like this. What you instead have to do is you keep tapping down while holding left to activate this, where your car moves at half speed, and then you can still move left while doing that. I know we're gonna have a new obstacle, the fire trucks, right after this. These items need to move to the left here, so the fire truck doesn't get us. Then we got other fire trucks here. Need to hide from them in these crevices. This is some really good road design. And there's a lot of fire in the Munch mobile universe. Something is burning somewhere. Surely not in the places where we came from, I'm sure. Going pretty well so far. So round 4 start is again gonna be pretty tight, and from this point on, all the fuel cans that we grab are mandatory. If we miss them, we're gonna die. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Can I get all 3 items? No! That was bad. So if you hit your arm on obstacles, your arm will get stubbed like that. You will cause pain to your arm and pain to your score. It just means that you can't use your arm for a couple of seconds. You don't take damage or anything from doing that. Only from catching your actual car on something will you die. But if you stump your arm right before you have to make a crucial grab on a fuel tank, that's gonna get you killed, so hopefully we don't see that very often. And while we eat some more fish, if we got any messages.
We do have some wonderful donation incentives that you nice people can donate your money towards. We do have tomorrow coming the longest game of the marathon, Skies of Arcadia Legends. With that, we have the donation incentive to fight the imposters. The imposters are a comedic optional boss battle. While the fight itself is fun, it also drops some pretty funny weapons that the runner would equip for the rest of the run. We are currently sitting at $350 out of 500, so please get the money in for this incentive so that we can fight those imposters tomorrow. And we also have the experience difficulty for Resogun in the coming night. If met, this incentive upgrades the difficulty from rookie to experience, making the enemies faster, harder to kill, and the run itself more exciting. And we do want to see exciting, right?
That would certainly be awesome. I'm actually familiar with Resogun. It's a shoot 'em up game that's it's pretty good, and it would definitely be nice to see it on the experience difficulty, so please do donate for that. And we gotta touch these cars again. There's gonna be more cars. No, there's gonna be actually a troll car here. I forgot the layout, but now I remember. This obstacle where we have to stop before this turn and then move once around when one mobile's eyes cross that bush there. More cars. The copy-paste stage layouts in this game really start blending together after a while, and you really have to think and memorize where you actually are in the game with everything looking the same and reusing the same obstacles repeatedly. Can get pretty hairy. And now we got some fire trucks. Need to remember to get out of the way early and be forward. Otherwise it's just too late. Eat the melons. More fire trucks. One last fire truck. Then another steep turn. Let's see if we get it. There it goes. Very good. Then we got more fire trucks. We need to stay on the left here, otherwise we die from the fire truck. That was close. And then dropping this watermelon below the bush there. Very nice. No miss so far. This run is going really well. This game actually does not have a proper ending, as many games from this era don't. It instead, after you clear the 6th stage, the final one, it loops infinitely the last 3 stages, 4, 5 and 6. So high level scoring in this game is a lot different from a speedrun where you want to go faster. You actually want to play this game for as long as you can muster before running out of your 4 lives, which you never get any more of on normal settings. For this marathon I'm using safe settings where I have essentially infinite lives, but it doesn't seem like I'll be needing them at this rate. And this is stage 5. This is where a new obstacle is introduced, or a new variant. Previously, as long as we grabbed the fuel can, we would be fine, but in this stage there are several grabs where if you don't grab them immediately, like right here, we will die before we are actually able to grab the fuel can, so we need to camp the top of the screen and prepare to make the grab immediately. Just some nice and fair stage design. And the arm in this game, we didn't explain this yet, but it kind of works like a crane game. The moment at which you grab items is when the sprite changes from an open palm to a closed hand. And if your sprite is a closed palm, then it cannot grab an item. You need to first make inputs to open the arm, and then move it with the arm open to the item, and then press it when you're lined up with the item. It's surprisingly easy to miss these items, and the hitboxes are pretty weird. But it helps if you play a lot, of course. I first played this game at a arcade game tournament called Crap Tournament 12, which features only the highest quality games like Munch Mobile and a couple of other masterpieces that were too hot to handle for ESA. So I played it in this tournament, and despite what you might think, I actually really liked it. And I played it for like 2 months after and got the world record with a score of 13 million right now, which was a credit lasting 3.5 hours of just looping this game infinitely on the default 4 lives. There's gonna be 2 cars here. Drop both items into the bin for those 60 points. Very good. Oh, it's the 3rd car variant. It starts mixing it up a little bit in these last 2 stages, doing these small variations that can catch you off guard after you've seen the same shit so many times already. Okay, let's not get hit by these cars. Then these 2 more cars. Drop all these items to the bin. Very good. Then it's the 3rd car here. And now we're gonna be dodging some rocks. Squeeze past them. Very good. Then we've got a fire truck section. This is gonna start with a run to the left right away to hide from the fire truck, which is important for the next stage, where there's a very similar looking section and similar feeling that regardless starts with a very different obstacle at the very start, so I need to, especially in long runs, keep track of whether you're facing the stage 5 version of the obstacle or the stage 6 version, which require a different route. Okay, that was very close. Like 1 pixel away from being hit by the fire truck. You will also die if you hit this bin that we have to move before. You don't only have to dodge the fire truck, you need to also not hit the stuff in front of you. Then we've got a new obstacle for the last 2 stages, this wonderful tunnel, which is exactly what it looks like. It's actually easier to see what you're doing here than you might think, since the road is always a dark blue and the grass is always green, so you just watch where the blue parts are and then you'll pretty much see the road. Grab this item, throw it on the bush, give it a little punch. And we've got the end of stage 4 coming up, so if we've got any more messages, now would be a fantastic time.
Wonderful. Please let me remind you that with your donations, you are eligible for some of our prizes. So if you donate over the whole week a total of at least $30, you are in for the drawing of a ViewSonic Elite XG270QG monitor. These monitors are really fantastic, and I would want to have one myself. So you really want to have one. Also, we have a Nintendo Switch sponsored by Kaspersky for a minimum donation of a total of $50. So if you've already donated like $25, another $25 will make you eligible for this Nintendo Switch. So please keep your donations coming.
Awesome. The monitors definitely are good. I think I used that model at the previous offline ESA, and they are as good as he says. Do donate for those. And we had another tight grab there, same as the start of stage 5, very similar, having to hack the top of the screen in order to prepare for it. Let's see if we can get some graphical glitches with these Drops just outside the bin, got one of them. For some reason, that graphical glitch can only happen when you're dropping into bins from the left side, extending down to the right. It won't work if you do it from the left. Nobody knows why, of course. Another tight wrap here. Got it just in time. Then just a bit of fishing. Got the items. We're gonna have an intersection next. If I remember correctly. I do remember correctly, good. Change the lights. Can I get all the 4 items here? I'll stop in the cars, very good. Get these. And there's a fuel grab here. Got it. This is going really well so far. We got the money bag while making the steep turn. It's actually really fun when you get to just operate both the arm and the car at the same time. It can be pretty difficult, but feels really fun to do. Got the items, stop the car, very good. Can we get all 4 of these too? Very nice. That's what I like to see. Then there's 2 cars here. Dodge them. Then we immediately got a steep turn and a fuel grab at the same time, followed by a troll car. So we need to stay here. Stay here on this turn, wait for the troll car. Move when Munch Mobile's eyes move to the bush. Then now we've got 4 cars, so 1 more after this. Then we're gonna have 2 more cars coming from the front while we grab these 2 items. And it's important to remember because there's a special obstacle here. That was a nice cherry drop off to the far side thanks to some clipping. We have to stop this passing car here early to have space to dodge the police car safely. Then we got one last fire truck section. Here we got to make a tight run forward. It's because we ran out of fuel and we got it right in time before we died. Very good. And there's just a normal fire truck section. Then another fire truck opening where we have to stay on the left or we will be killed by this fire truck. The steep turn. The road signs in this game clue you in on some of the upcoming patterns, which helps a lot with how copy-paste this game can be, to remember where you're actually at. Just a couple more sections to go and then we'll be reaching the end of the run. This is going really well so far. Not jinx it on 18. One last low visibility tunnel. Oh, this is the second to last one. We still got this fuel grab here. Got it, very good. Grab the apple. Didn't quite get to throw it behind the bushes. Then a couple of final items here. Let's see if I can get all 4. Got all 4, just barely, very good. And these were the last items in the game. Now we've just got this final tunnel where we got a steep turn with low visibility. But if you got here, this is probably fine already. And then we just need to hit the garage. And time is gonna be when the score counter at the bottom center reaches 0 from 246. So it's gonna count down for just a bit, and while it's doing so, I can shout out again Crap Tournament 12, where I discovered this masterpiece of a game. And many others. And thanks to ESA for letting me play this game, which was a total surprise. Also, time coming up. Okay, time. Thanks to ESA for letting me run this game, which I'll be honest, I did not expect to get accepted, but this was a very happy surprise, and this was an excellent run. I got a full no-miss of the first loop, which is as good as it gets for me with a 1.1 million score, which is about the best I can do with my current route. So this is, I'm very happy with this, and now the game just loops infinitely. So let's reset the game so we can look at the title screen one more time, please. Would you reset? Okay. You see Munch Mobile. The car brings in the 2 M's to spell Munch Mobile. And that's Munch Mobile. I think that's all from me, so bye-bye, guys.
Thank you so much for the run. It was really entertaining, but we do have a donation that says a little otherwise. We have a $5 donation by ZeroDeath saying only Finnish people can handle this level of mundane. Well, I'm not sure if I would call it mundane. I mean, it seemed pretty technical. So again, thank you very much for the run. And you people look forward to what's coming next, because just after a short intermission, we will have a special appearance of Pepsi Man. And you don't want to miss that. So see you after this short intermission.